the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here with the OP Racing Premier Series as they bring you their Daytona 250 ButtKicker Championship night. And I'll tell you what, this has been an exciting season, and this conclusion to this season is nothing but spectacular already to begin with, just from what has gone down in practice. In the booth with me tonight is none other than Al. Please join us for next season, Smith. And I am your host. My name is KR Stolfus. So Al, how you doing tonight?
I'm not doing too bad, KR. Welcome everybody in here tonight to what is going to be a championship night. We got 4 contestants that are on contestant row, I guess you'd call it. They're on the chopping block, aren't they, KR, tonight? Winner takes all.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a winner-take-all situation. And speaking of, we do have our championship 4 here tonight, so let's kick it off in no particular order with the driver of the number 40 Extra Life, and that is Peter deBorja. Peter, how you doing here tonight?
Well, I mean, really happy to be here with this illustrious group for sure. It's not quite in that, like, in my wildest dreams what I imagined in my second season in OP that I'd have a chance at this already, but here we are, so feeling pretty great.
Well, man, all right, Peter, that number 40 is getting ready to roll out for qualifying, all kinds of good stuff. Tell us a little bit about what this season has meant to you.
A ton for my team, to be honest. Last season, things came a little bit easier. We got a little bit more wins early. There were 3 of us that ended up making the playoffs, and Zach Workman ended up getting a win during the playoffs when he was running for checkered flag. So we had a lot of high hopes coming in, but we also knew that there was a lot of really great drivers that were coming in too. So it might not necessarily be fair to expect that we'd take a big step forward there. We definitely had our struggles at the beginning, but we still got 2 cars into the playoffs, and we were able to repeat last year's success and have a car in the Final 4. When you look at the roster top to bottom, you know, there's just so many great drivers in this league all over the place, and it's spread out amongst a whole lot of teams. And the fact that Media Racing was able to get a car in the Final 4 2 seasons in a row is just awesome.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you here tonight. Qualifying has gotten underway, and so we have to move along very quickly.
Thanks so much.
All right, now let's talk to our second driver of tonight, and that is the driver of the 4 Yeti machine, and that is Rick Siebrands. Rick, how you doing tonight?
Oh, good. Thanks, sir.
Well, Rick, I'll tell you what, the number 4 is out on track, so if you want to pass, you can.
No, that's okay. I'm not a very good qualifier anyway, so it don't really make a difference to me.
All right, well, I apologize. I lost track of time, and so this is a very rough qualifying for you guys. I completely understand. So, Rick, this 4 machine in another championship battle, but tell us a little bit about your season so far tonight.
It has definitely been an up and down season. You know, midway through the season, if you would have told me we'd be a part of this Final 4, I would have asked you if you were watching the same races we were participating in. It's been really rough. Just as from a finishing standpoint, we've had some good runs and had some good looks at it. We just haven't been able to get over that hump and get a win, or just put together some top 5s or top 10s on a consistent basis. So, you know, extremely fortunate to be a part of this Final 4. You know, if you remember when we were, you know, before the round of 16 even started, we were right on the cusp of maybe not even getting into the 16. We had to race that final race. So, I mean, it's super competitive over here. And, it's being a part of the championship 16 is great. And getting into the final four it's a pretty big deal.
All right, man. Well, we do hope that you have some good luck here tonight, along with the rest of your Alliance Motorsports teammates.
We appreciate it, sir, and appreciate you bringing this to all the fans out there, too. I've gotten more text messages today from people I haven't heard of in a while saying good luck, and we'll be watching tonight. And appreciate you guys bringing all this great action to all the fans out there. Without you guys, they wouldn't be able to see this, so I appreciate you guys up in the booth.
All right, that is Rick Siebrands, one of your championship contenders from Alliance Motorsports, and Al Smith has caught up with our next two drivers.
Yeah, sitting down here on pit road as they patiently wait to get out on the racetrack for qualifying. We'll talk to our probably the best qualifier all season long, Sebastian Marin. And Sebastian, you're getting ready to go out and roll out for qualifying here in what is probably the most important race of the season. You won your way in, but tonight the cards are all on the table. You got to beat the rest of your competitors. How's that going to play out here tonight?
Yeah, it's been a great season so far. I've had the fortune of having really good qualifying results, but as you know, that's not what pays tonight. It's beating all the other competitors who are proven champions and good friends of mine. So it's gonna be a tough task at hand, but I think I'm confident that I can at least be in contention near the end. So, it's going to be a tough race. I think it's just going to be maintaining track position, staying out of trouble, staying out front. At least I think that's what I'm planning to do. So hopefully I can, potentially put it on pole and then stay out front throughout the night. And hopefully by the end of the race, I'm somewhere near the front and have a chance of, getting my first championship here in my first season. So.
You're having one heck of a rookie season. I think it's fair to say you are most likely, or if not already been presented rookie of this season. So congratulations on that. Good luck here tonight. We'll let you roll on out of here for qualifying. Who makes it all possible for this 23 team to be here in the Final Four?
Yeah, thank you. My teammates, JD, Joe, and Kevin. Kevin unfortunately isn't here. I think he's out on vacation from his work. So. He'll probably be watching, but I want to thank them, and I want to thank you guys for putting on this broadcast, and I want to thank OP for putting on this league. It's been an interesting road, and hopefully we can close it out here with a championship.
Well, congratulations on making the Final Four, and we'll hopefully be talking to you later on here this evening. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That's Sebastian Marin in car number 23, and the next driver is out and almost done with his qualifying lap. That is the 95, the Hall of Famer of Jim Maier, and we'll let him come off of turn number 4 here, KR. But this driver having, I would say, an up and down season, and no surprise to anybody to see this 95 in the Final Four, and Jim will cross the line here for his lap and put it 10th quick, right next door to one of his championship rivals, Peter deBorja. And Jim, you're having a great season, obviously making it back in here into the Final Four for the tonight, and you got to beat those other 3 drivers. What's it going to take out there, and how intense do you think the racing is going to be?
I think it's going to be a good race. I think if I can drive and avoid any trouble that may come, I think we'll be there at the end. But it'll be getting there. I think it's as usual, week in and week out. It's always a tough race and competitive race to be there at the end. So I think it's going to be exciting as the rest of the season was.
You come in as the defending champion. You're going to defend here tonight, and you got some fast drivers. We just talked to the rookie that came in and set really the world on fire. He's been fast all night long, or all season long. What's it going to take, not only beat him, but Siebrands and deBorja?
Luck, I guess you could say. I think if you're going to want to find me, if you find any other car with a green bumper, I'm going to be behind one of them. I'm just going to try to mirror their moves and follow their luck and hopefully get lucky at the end.
Well, I had a great season, like we discussed a little bit early on, but it all comes down tonight. We wish you the best of luck. We know that we had a lot of help getting to this point this season. we'll let you thank them, and as you get prepared to do battle for what is going to be a great season finale and the ButtKicker finale here for the OP Racing Series.
Yeah, of course, all the guys at Alliance, Rick, Mark, Logan, and Daniel. Obviously, without them, Logan got a tough break there with the internet issue at Talladega. I kind of shot myself in the foot at Talladega. So going into the last week, I thought I had no chance. For those guys to be there at the end to help me. So that's on them for me to be here. So huge shout out to those guys. Love racing with them. They keep it fun. They keep us competitive. Hopefully me or Rick can cap off the season here and Alliance on top. Of course, all the guys behind the scenes at OP putting the races on, and of course, you guys up in the booth putting on the show here.
Well, good luck here tonight. We look forward to hopefully be talking to you in Victory Lane or hosting that championship trophy as long as you beat the other 3 competitors. Good luck here tonight, Jim, and we'll be checking in with you throughout the race.
Thanks. Sounds good.
There you go. That's Jim Maier in car 95. He is going to be going for the championship, KR. And I think you are catching up with a special guest. Is that right?
I am, and I have pulled up none other than Zach Fritch. Some
God
of you know him as Fritchie, some of whatever. But Zach, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, KR?
Well, I'm just fine, but we got just about a minute before this qualifying session is over, so tell us a little bit about your paint scheme here tonight.
I just wanted to do something fun, that involves everybody. We had a great season, and I felt like me and Peter and I just came up with this idea about, why not, do something funny and throw the most ugly looking car out there and, post everybody's faces and put on the back to thanks for having a great season, another great season for OP. So I'm just trying to have some fun with everybody and share all the love with all the drivers.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's quite a bit of drivers on your race car. So tell us a little bit about the weight that is on that race car, because there's some fat cheeks on there, especially on the hood.
Why would you say that about yourself, KR?
Because I'm fat.
We got everybody involved in this. Like I said, we didn't miss a single person except the one that really didn't have a face was Jeremy Funk. He doesn't have a Facebook, but we got to thank you, KR, for sending the Al photo. I know Al does not appreciate you now.
It happens.
It's not the fact that I don't appreciate it. It's just that, A, it's a picture of me, which is just bad enough. How the camera didn't break is beyond me. And then you put me on a Chevy. I mean, of all things, put me on a Chevy Camaro.
I had to put you on the Chevy. But we appreciate you guys. That's why you guys are up here on the hood. And then we appreciate everybody else, all the drivers and admins, and keep this community strong with OP. So that's why we did it, and share some love and have some laughs.
All right, that is Zach Fritch, and Zach, good luck to you here tonight. One more time, shout outs, thank yous that you need to give.
Basically said it right there. Shout out definitely to you too. I hope you come back. Shout out to OP and all of its admins. Shout out to all the drivers, all the fans watching on YouTube. Appreciate everybody sticking around. Make sure you hit that like, and thanks for all your support, and let's have a good one.
All right, that is Zach Fritch from Flat Out Motorsports having a special paint scheme here tonight. But Al, all right, all the fun and stuff out of the way, let's get right down into it. Our starting lineup for tonight: Sebastian Marin on the pole, a championship contender, already putting himself out there to say, hey, y'all have to beat me tonight. That is the 23 with a time of 50.248. To the outside of row number 1 is his teammate Joey D from Bootnaka. Row number 2, that is the 63 of Logan Helton and the 88 of Gabe Butler on the outside. Row 3 will be the 071 of Eric Laurie, and behind him, or on his outside, that is the 7 of Josh Milam. Row 4 is going to be Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row 5 will be the 04, the Hall of Famer Mark Mann, and championship contender Peter deBorja.
Starting on the inside of row number 6, it'll be Jim Maier and Alliance Motorsports. He'll be hunting that championship here tonight. Zach Workman for Meteor Racing will start his outside. Jeff Crosby and JD Crow will make up row number 7. Row number 8, Dak Fritz, we just talked to him with all those lovely faces all over that race car. And Les Levy will roll off 16th. 15th, another championship contender, the number 4 of Rick Siebrands for Alliance Motorsports. And then the Buck Wild Racing, number 53 of David Hunt. Row number 10 will be Daniel Holloway and Travis Elliott, making up the 19th and 20th positions.
Jimmy Reynolds and Richard Kuhn make up row 11. Row 12 will be Cody Eldred in the 14 and Jared Forbes to his outside. And that is going to be our final starting row. David Overstreet and Andy Brigante. Sorry, they are actually the final row with Bob Lacavera in the 5. Sebastian Marin getting ready to take the green flag. Let's take a quick look at our race info here tonight. Our championship contenders, deBorja, Maier, Marin, and Siebrands. And your teammate is going to be your best friend here tonight. Just one fast repair available as the green flag comes out. And guys, please check out the ButtKicker.com as they are sponsoring our race here tonight. So green flag is out, down through turns 1 and 2. Sebastian Marin in the 23 gets a huge jump. Logan Helton in the 63 eliminated from championship contention. But I'll tell you what, anytime you give Logan the Kid Helton just a bit of motivation, that's all he needs to go out and win a race.
That he does, and they were 3 wide for a moment now. One car stuck to the outside. That's the 88 of Gabe Butler. He had a great push to Della Vecchia, and that will propel the 052 to the point here as they cross the line. Lap number 1 in the ButtKicker 250, the championship night for the OP Premier Racing Series here on what has been a stellar season. As they race into turn number 1, it is still Della Vecchia with Logan Helton to the outside. He's got the FSR Racing number 7 of Josh Milam, that Ford Power, giving him a good push down the backstretch. Peter deBorja getting out of line. You see him there below the yellow line going down the backstretch. So not seeing something he liked or got shuffled out. But deBorja going to go back to the 25th spot. It's all tonight. You want to see what your championship looks like? Yeah, look for the green cars. The cars with the green on them, those are your championship cars. The 23, the 95, the 4, and the 40. Those drivers, whoever finishes highest, well, they'll be the champion here tonight in KR. It is going to be an exciting race. We've already seen some stacked up 2x2 racing. They are still that way. They're working around the freeway at 190 plus miles an hour.
Yeah, these Xfinity cars have really got themselves wound out right now. They are getting up the full song. Our fastest lap of the race being turned by the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. And right now, that means that this next lap probably not going to have all that side-splitting speed that they just had. Everyone's going to try and settle in and start finding that place that they want to be. And in fact, as soon as I say that, Andy Brigante in the 13 just turned a faster lap at a 46.27.
Speed are going to pick up around here. We talked to our championship 4 in the pre-race, and we think it's going to be a pretty aggressive race here tonight. We are obviously don't know that for sure, but we talked to Sebastian Marin. He said he wanted us to get up front and stay up front. Well, he set the fast time here tonight with the pole. There's no better way to stay up front than to be up front. Right now, he is your highest running race contender. And honestly, KR, the only one inside the top 10 right now. Everybody else has slid outside the top 10, so it's early on to think about it, but you want to stay up front. You want to be in that position that Marin is in, trying to control the field as they are behind you.
do want to point out that the 95 of Jim Maier, right now he is in 11th place. He has found himself right there in the thick of things. But Al, from time to time I do a paint job, and this 95, I got the privilege of painting the 95, and that car looks very sharp, and I'm hoping the best for it because I got to paint that race car.
So what you're saying is you're hoping that it's not a curse that you painted?
Yes?
Okay. I was making sure I was following that. No, it does look very good. Good job to you on painting this car. As they work around here, side by side. Here's side by side with the 51 of Travis Elliott. And right there, KR, I see your lovely face in the lurking right there behind the 51. Up on the outside as they work down on the Daytona super stretch. Down the back stretch, and Josh Milam has put the point out front. As Logan Helton has gotten around the 23 of Marin. Those two are working well together up at the front of the field early on in this one. They are still 2 by 2 as they work around the racetrack. And looks like Siebrands and deBorja might have started to lose the draft. They have fallen off the lead pack by about 15 car lengths. They work behind the 14 of Cody Eldred.
Yeah, the 40 and the 4 have fallen all the way to the back. Now, keep in mind, winner-take-all situation here. These two drivers, all they have to do is just make sure that they stay on the lead lap the entire night. So they have fallen back just a little bit to make sure that they are safe and sound in case a big one happens. So we have two opposite philosophies. The 23 is Sebastian Marin battling it out at the front of this field. We have the 40 and the 4 at the back of the field. So those are our two opposites. And then Jim Maier, he's like, I'm going to play the average. I'm going to sit right in the middle.
I'm very impressed with your math skills today.
Hey, I just do quick math. I don't say I do good math.
That's all right. This pack still 2 by 2, and this track here in the cool temperatures underneath the lights of Daytona, we're going to see some fireworks a little bit later on, but right now these cars are optimal handling. Maybe starting to go a little bit away as the fuel burns off, tires wear out. This track not being bumpy, not being slick, keeps the cars underneath them. We're going to see some aggressive side drafting later on as the first group peels off. Remember, the first stage will end at lap 25. And your race leaders are all coming down pit road as they are in half the field coming in this time.
All right, pit stops already underway. The 7 of Josh Milam has stayed out. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 2 of JD Crow, and the 53 of Dave Hunt now make up your top 5. So with all of this going down, oh my goodness, it is really changing things up here very early, as we're only working lap 9 of 100, and your strategies are already coming into play.
You're coming into play here. You want to try to get to be up front through this pack here. Now you see another handful of drivers pulling off of pit, or coming down pit road, and that'll leave out there Peter deBorja as your current championship highest running car. He has lost touch, and that could be dangerous. He's lost touch with that draft, I do believe, KR, as he works here through turns 1 and 2. JD Crow, now your race leader, leading that with that boot knock at J Concepts number 2. He's got the 53 of Hunt behind him. Stevens, Kuhn. How special would that be for Richard Kuhn, Florida native? Wouldn't it be nice to win at your home track here on Monday night for the OP Racing Series?
Man, I'll tell you what, Richard Kuhn has been someone who is knocking on the door as Jeff Crosby in the 33 makes his way on the pit road. But Richard Kuhn, being a driver, knocking on the door for some wins in this Monday night series. And speaking of some wins, Al, I don't think we have given enough credit to our drivers in our Wednesday night series or our Saturday night series. Jeff Crosby winning the Grand National Series Championship on Wednesday night. He became the champion, his first championship here with OP. And Zach Workman winning the ButtKicker Truck Series on Saturday night. And so now we're going to claim or crown our main champion for the Premier Series here tonight. And that champion will join Crosby and Workman as the Season 8 champions.
Yeah, congratulations to all them. To win any type of championship is a feat in itself, but to do it with the competition that they have here with this racing series, well, it just shows you how tough it is, and they are doing it, and they come here on Monday nights, and the competition even stiffer. As this is an invite only, is that correct, KR? I believe that's what you told me beginning of the season. Monday night's invite. You have to prove yourself in those lower ranks, those different days, and you get to race with some of the guys that you see right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network on Monday night. So if you're out there wanting to get in on some of this great super speedway action, that's the way to do it. Look them up. OP Racing Premier Series, and get in on the action with their, I don't want to call it the lower divisions, but it all leads trying to get into this Monday night.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, each and every driver, whenever they show up for an OP League race, lays it all out on the line. And just because you don't get an invite to a Monday night does not mean that you don't have talent or skill. It just means, hey, keep working at it, keep digging, you'll get it eventually. So we'd love to see you on Wednesday and Saturday night out here with OP Racing. But right now, JD Crow is leading the Premier Super Speedway Series. That 2 machine is out in front. He, and along with 6 other drivers, have not hit pit road. They have stayed out and tried to stretch their fuel as long as they can. 2 cars, 1 lap down already. That is Andy Brigante and Bob Lacavera. The 46 of David Overstreet from Checkered Flag Motorsports. He has just now gone another, or I should say 1 lap down, so he is another car added to the 1 lap down category. He finds himself now he's the 3rd car 1 lap down. The fastest lap of the race going to the 33 of Jeffrey Crosby for the moment, as that 33 has just laid down the fastest lap of this race the last time around. So JD Crow out in front, but for the drivers who have pitted, Sebastian Marin in the 23 leading this race, the championship contender. So Al, this is all topsy-turvy. We have to keep track of 2 races here right now.
Yeah, right now, you know, the top 6 cars have not come down pit road. Then you got this pack back here being led by Sebastian Marin. Well, they are 3 wide. You know, Daytona's not that wide to begin with. We saw last week when they tried to go 3 wide. Did not quite work for some of the drivers, and so far able to make it work so far. But Travis Elliott and that number 51 Monster Energy drink can, he's working the outside of the speedway, along with the 7 from Fuel Sim Racing. That's Josh Milam and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. They're all working the outside of the speedway. Now throw Jeff Crosby up there with the Skull Bandit car. And out the 17, I guess he did not like being called the Dark Knight. That car is very white out there tonight, so we call him the White Knight tonight. Can you say that 10 times fast, Aaron?
No.
Very patriotic, though, as we lead into the July 4th meet family. Hope everybody has a safe and fun Independence holiday. It's coming up this weekend, but that 17 for Reynolds looking very sharp as he cuts to the bottom side now. And they must have heard me talking about them. They've got 2x2 now.
All right, so up at the front, we have J.D. Crow, Dave Hunt in the 53, Sean Stevens in the 27, Richard Kuhn in the 47, Jarrett Forbes in the 73, and our championship contender. Right now, he is the highest running contender. That is the 40 of Peter deBorja. He finds himself in 6th place, but he is not pitted just yet. So, man, I don't know what the strategy for the 40 is right here, but he is off strategy from everyone else in the championship 4.
And we, you know, from experience, about 17, 18 laps is about what you get on a tank of fuel. So they're right to the limit. I don't mind the play call. I mean, you got to stay out there trying to get up front, see if there's going to be a yellow flag. But at this point now, you're in that box, and he's going to have to pit. And some of the drivers that he's racing with, like Briganti, the 46 of Overstreet, and Olacavera, they're all down 1 lap to the race leader. So he's got to watch out the rear view mirror not to get ran over, and also come to pit road with this pack and not lose touch with it, because that could be disastrous for his championship hopes. And just as I say that, it's like it was meant to be. They're coming down pit road.
Here they come down pit road, but we still have exciting three-wide racing action down the back stretch. And of course, we're going to show you our stage wins so far this season. Sebastian Marin has won the most stages. Peter deBorja won quite a few himself, and Rick Siebrands and Jim Maier have yet to win a stage, but Jim Maier got some wins. Rick Siebrands getting in on points and surviving each and every bit of this championship battle, the elimination races, by earning the most points. So I'd keep an eye on that for Rick Siebrands, because anytime you can get through each and every round by your points alone, you are doing something right. So
Absolutely.
There you go.
I was looking at that in the stats, in the stat book up here in the tower. Yeah, 0 wins all season long for that number 90, or the number 4 of Siebrands, and that's impressive to make it this far. You know, it took a lot of wins for a lot of drivers to make it into the championship. You know, the start of it back at the round of 16, and Rick Siebrands, one of the drivers with the most top 5s this season, Mr. Consistency, 7 top 5s and 9 top 10s out of the 17 starts. It might not sound like a lot, but that is a very, very impressive number in my book, just based on the nature of restrictor plate racing. You know, these plate tracks, yeah, you got to be in the right positions and you got to be able to misdirect, but it's so situational. You can be up front and you know, the nasty net code, or, you know, someone hooks you just wrong with a bad bump draft, and your night's over with. So it's impressive to have those kind of stats leading into the championship night and be in the running for that championship.
I'll agree with everything you just said there. And Logan Helton in the 63, one of those drivers. This is a premier talent in OP Monday Night Racing. Logan the Kid Helton has not won a championship and just got eliminated by the skin of his teeth last week in the last race. I'll tell you what, this 63, each and every time he shows up, man, you have to fight him for a race win. And it is only a matter of time, a matter of luck, before the 63 can win a championship with OP Racing.
Yeah, I mean, very quick all season long, obviously. And, you know, just last week, the cards did not play out, did not work in his favor, as we got a side-by-side battle shaping up between 2 of our championship rivals. The 95 of Jim Maier, he's getting a little bit of a chocolate push with the peanut butter mixed in. That's the Reese's number 21 of Holloway. I know you're not a Reese's guy, KR.
No, but I'll push your chocolate in anytime you want.
Easy now. This is a family show.
What? Well, I'll tell you.
What if we put a little bit of chocolate peanut butter and put some Guinness in there for you? Does that make it better?
Ooh, I don't like Guinness. It tastes like burnt coffee, and burnt coffee tastes like burnt water.
That tastes like burnt motor oil.
I'll drink motor oil before I drink water. But I'll tell you what, Al, we are almost to the end of stage 1. This is going to end at the completion of lap 25. Sebastian Marin out in front. Stage points do not matter to our championship contenders. It literally comes down to who finishes in what order on the final lap of tonight's race. But Sebastian Marin not changing up his strategy, that he has ran all season long. That is why he has had the most stage wins. That is why he is in this final round of our championship 4. And Jim Maier in the 95, no surprise to see him right there as well.
Yeah, Maier wanted to stay up front along with Sebastian. You got to be up front to win it. You got to keep an eye on where your championship rivals are. Like Jim said in the pre-race, he's going to be glued to the back bumper of anybody with a green spoiler. And that is for our Q and your Q out there, that those are your championship rivals. We know the 26 of Hunter Reynolds has that green on there, but no longer in the championship hunt. It is Marin, Maier, Siebrands, and deBorja. Those are your 4 drivers vying for that championship as they work through turns 3 and 4, 3 by 3, 4 rows deep, and they're going to get the white flag here for the stage 1. One more lap to go, 2.5 miles here to see who's going to pick up the stage 1 win. And the points do mean something to the guys outside the chase. That could be a matter of finishing inside the top 10 in points, or further down. So a little bit of pride on the line, a little bit of bragging rights if you can get a stage win. I mean, it all pays the same at the end of the season. That purse is about evenly spread out through this field.
It absolutely is. And the 23 is Sebastian Marin down on the bottom. Here they come to finish stage number 1. 3 wide racing championship contender down on the bottom. Wednesday night champion winner, the 33 of Jeff Crosby on the outside, but at the line, Travis Elliott had the race lead. Logan Helton, Sebastian Marin gonna follow suit behind the 51. That's how it looked to me out. I don't know, that was very close.
Yeah, we'll have to see how electronic timing and scoring at the line at the point the yellow flag came out. I do believe you would be correct, but that was a photo finish. I think you're right though, KR, on this one.
Well, we'll find out as soon as race control tells us, or they hit pit road. And speaking of race control, that is none other than Sean McCara, and he has raked in so many bribes here tonight for the...
You weren't supposed to tell people that.
Oh, oops. So Sean McCara is our race control tonight, and he is going to be absolutely fair about every call.
Right. It doesn't matter how much money you slipped them or not.
I did pay him at least 1,000 Bitcoin just to be the champion tonight.
Well, you're the champion. You're the people's champion out there in the chat. We've got quite a few followers there already in the double digits on that thumbs up. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, on the pit road and confirmed by race control, the 51 of Travis Elliott is our stage 1 winner. And so they are all coming down pit road into his pit box. The 51 looking nice and steady right now. I'll tell you what, any one of these guys can make a mistake on or off the pit road. Gabe Butler in the 88, pretty sure, I don't think he even made it into his pit box. He has already pulled away.
I believe he missed it. Too much Guinness.
Too much Guinness. Well, Sebastian Marin winning the race off of pit road, but the 51 is down and away of Travis Elliott. Let's go ahead and see if we can fire up the driver from Flat Out Motorsports, our stage 1 winner, Travis Elliott. You got your ears on, buddy?
Yes, sir. How are you doing, Derek?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm doing just fine. And I keep calling you Travis Elliott. Got some people who tell me it's TJ Elliott, but in the end, I love you.
Love you too, KR. I mean, it says TJ on my car, so I guess it is what it is.
Well, it also says Travis Elliott on the eyebrow.
I mean, it can be both, right?
Perfect. All right, man, you win stage number 1 here in the final race of season number 8. This 51 always has a way to sneak a race win in. Are you going to get that done here tonight?
I don't know. I mean, it'd kind of be fitting that it would be tonight and not last week when I desperately needed it. But it's been a little over a year since I got a win in Monday night. So continue next season with the winning momentum, you know.
All right, man. Well, this 51 always is fast, always has the capability of winning a race. And so, man, not out for the championship, but maybe out to spoil everyone's hopes of a victory. So will we see you in victory lane here tonight?
We'll see in about 72 laps when we go green, and we'll find out then.
All right, man. I like your I have just drawn a blank. I like your enthusiasm, confidence. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, man. Well, congratulations on the stage win. Shout outs, thank yous as we head down the backstretch.
No, just shout outs to you guys at Turn 3. Jeff Crosby there for giving me that great push. The outside line's getting tough it's tough to get something going. You need a lot of cars and a lot of people to stick with you. So it was good to kind of see and make sure that works early on. And everybody that came out for the entire season and that watches out on YouTube, all the drivers, take a look at Fritch's car. Without the drivers, we wouldn't have OP. So.
All right, that is Travis Elliott, your stage 1 winner from Flat Out Motorsports. And Al, that was a pretty embarrassing interview on my part.
Well, I mean, you confessed a lot of things in that, KR.
I did. Did I say I love you?
Not to me, but...
Not yet?
Yeah.
All right. We'll save it for another day.
All right. Hey, how about the pace car down the way? You love when that Mustang gets off the racetrack. We're going to back green flag racing. Stage number 2 underway with Sebastian Marin putting the foot to the carburetor, and we're back underway. Stage number 2 will end on lap number 50 as they work down here. Sebastian Marin, by far your highest running championship hopeful right now, but they aren't. The pay window hasn't even been restuffed yet with that WD-40. It doesn't pay right now to be up front.
It doesn't pay right now to be out front, but man, I'm going to tell you, Al, I have learned that a race car driver needs to stay in his lane, needs to stay in his groove, needs to stay where he is comfortable. How many times have we seen this 23 out front this season?
Absolutely. I mean, he's been up front. We saw him a few races where he tried, win a stage and then go back, kind of trying to preserve that race car, and it kind of bit him. I mean, out front is good. If you can stay out front, you've got to make sure who's behind you, who's giving you those pushes. One wrong push, and it is disastrous, not only for you, but a lot of the field. And right now, with the rest of your championship rivals running towards the back of the field, they could check up easily and avoid a big mess where maybe up front you get a wrong side draft or a wrong bump. You could not, and you're going to be using that backup car. Remember, only one backup car available in the pits for these drivers here tonight at Daytona in the ButtKicker Championship 250. There go 3 wide and 1 car below the apron. I believe that's the 14 of Eldridge. So Eldridge below the apron, forced down there. He'll slide back up right in front of your lovely face on the 12 of Fritz.
Man, I'll tell you what, Fritz really put in an outstanding paint job. But I'll tell you what, JD Crow in the 2 just laid down the fastest lap of the race at a 45.98. Sebastian Marin still out in front. Eric Worre in the 071 challenging for that race lead. And Eric Worre, a driver who was in the championship playoffs last season, finding himself out in front once again this season.
Yeah, Worre had a lot of bad luck at the beginning of the season. Didn't make it into the championship hunt, but always has good cars. Just like we said, get caught up in a little bit of bad act, bad mojo towards the middle, the end of the race. Now Logan out and going to give him a push, trying to get that John Deere 071.
They say nothing runs like a deer, and it's almost out in front. He is trying to get all the way out in front, and Eric Laurie in that 071 on the high side. And right now it does seem like everyone has chilled out a little bit, trying to log some laps. I mean, we were 3 wide racing there in stage number 1, and now it's the final race of the season. 27 cars out here on track right now, and to go 3 wide into stage 1, that just lets you know that these guys still have not given up, even though it is the last race of the season.
No, definitely not. And they are still out there trying to do their best. There's nothing like, you got to remember, Kara, a lot of these drivers out there, they have teammates that are still in the hunt. Alliance Motorsports has 2 bullets in the chamber. Bootnaka, I forget the rundown there, but I believe, they have 1 in the chamber as well. And in the 23, Sebastian Marin out there as well. As we already got drivers peeling off. Looks like the Fuel Sim Racing team pulling off into pit road for their scheduled stop here in segment number 2.
All right, working lap 34 of 100. 18 laps, what we expect to see the maximum for a fuel run. Drivers last on pit road on lap 26. So 26 plus 18 to quick math. And that's a bit shy of 50.
It is, but you remember we had a few pace laps there, and the second stage is not the full 25 laps either, KR.
Well, either way, we have several
one car
cars
sliding through the grass. That's Cody Eldred. Came in way too hot and luckily did not rip the splitter off that 14. But the driver with the Corsair, number 14, gonna have to get back up. A costly mistake for that driver, KR, as he came in way too hot, locked the front tires up, and slid through the grass.
That he did, and that was Cody Eldred in the 14. And as I was trying to click on him, the stats were changing very quickly. The scoring tower was changing very quickly. But out in front now for this race lead is the 071 of Eric Laurie, but here comes Crosby, Elliott, Zach Fritsch on the pit road. And now Logan Helton in the 63 has the race lead.
That they do, and we saw some of these drivers that are moving their way up towards the front during this qualifying position that had stayed out last run. David Overstreet being one of those. He's back on the lead lap. I believe only 1 driver down, in a lengthy stop, KR, for Sebastian Marin. Marin had a very lengthy stop down on pit road. 1 minute, I have to suspect a little bit of a speeding penalty for the 23. A costly mistake here in stage number 2.
Yeah, I think he got a speeding penalty on top of a rough entry into pit road, and this is going to be very hard to overcome for the 23 of 23 of Sebastian Marin. Holy crap, I'll get it right sooner or later. It's not like I haven't had 18 weeks to do it. But Sebastian Marin with a very, very tough hill to climb right now.
Yeah, definitely is. And the good news is, I believe, if there is good news, he's only 1 lap down. Bad news is he's at the bottom of the pylon of the 1 lap down cars currently. Only 1 car in front of him now is the 14 of Eldred as they work here off of turn 4. Dave Hunt out front, but here comes Laurie with a slingshot move to the outside. They're going to go back 2 by 2 at the front of this one.
So as they make their way around the racetrack, Eric Laurie, JD Crow, Dave Hunt, David Overstreet, all those drivers right there running side by side. They have not come down pit road just yet. The car leading the charge of drivers who have made their pit stop, well, that just happens to be the 63 of Logan Helton. He is being pushed by his teammate, the 95 of Jim Maier, Hunter Reynolds, and Josh Milam. Fuel Sim Racing drivers find themselves hooked up, nose to tail, and they have surged out in front. Milam dropped down to the bottom. And Eric Laurie in the 071 and the 53 of Dave Hunt continue to lead.
I believe they are trying to wreck down the back stretch. They are bouncing around.
I think they do that lap after lap.
Well, I mean, maybe they're listening to a little bit of Elvis or something out there. They were juking and driving down the back stretch. The turbulence in that inside line, and then you see the 17 of Reynolds wanting nothing to do with that middle lane anymore as he dropped down there. As he's got Zach working through his outside. Those two now side by side down here in the turn number 1. They got a little hairy there for a moment.
It gets hairy from time to time out there.
That's because we have beards.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, Zach Fritsch has a lot of our profiles on his race car.
How much time do you think that took him to do that?
I did ask that, and I was told it was about an hour.
That's not too bad. A little bit of a creepy statistician there, though, isn't that? Like, you go there and you gotta find all your friends on the book face. And, you know, then you gotta message people to find people on the book face. You know.
Oh, yeah. It's, oof.
But I will give them credit on the left door panel. All the championship drivers are highlighted in green. How about that?
They are, and they did a great job. That was a Zach Fritsch idea implemented by Peter deBorja. So, man, what a way to celebrate the end of the season.
I can't think of anything better, other than if it was on a Ford.
Yeah, I could think of some things better than being on a Ford.
Well, that's good. You're on a check.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
And I mean, these guys are still mixing it up here. I'm not sure if you're seeing what I'm seeing here. They got Josh Milam on the outside with that Fuel Sim Racing number 7, and he was just a little bit, I would say, turkey walk getting into turn number 1. Somehow they settle it out, and they are still racing 3 wide, being led by the 63 of Logan Helton. Jim Maier leading the charge right there inside the top 10. It's your highest running championship hopeful right now currently. Remember, your race leader is Laurie. They have not come down pit road. They were last on pit road, lap 26. So I'm assuming within the next 2 to 3 laps, we'll see that group have to come down pit road just due to the lack of fuel.
Yeah, they're going to have to hit pit road here before too much longer as we look at this field of drivers. Eric Laurie, Dave Hunt, David Overstreet, JD Crow, Bob Lacavera, and Sean Stevens. They all need to hit pit road, but we're working lap 43 of 100 here on our ButtKicker Championship night. And Sebastian Marin has fallen 1 lap down in the 23, started on pole and now finds himself 1 lap down because of a speeding penalty. Will he have the chance to overcome that? We're going to find out. But man, I'll tell you what, Eric Laurie and Dave Hunt, even David Overstreet, these guys would love to win the race here tonight. In fact, there isn't a single driver on track who wouldn't love to win the race here tonight.
No, absolutely not. They worked down the back stretch, and Logan Helton working that front line. He jumped up from the bottom to get the push from, well, I guess we'll call him TJ Elliott.
That's what it says on the door. He told us.
But on the rest of the car, it says Travis. It's so confused. Maybe his team name should be Confused Motorsports.
I dig it.
And they are still going 3 wide. You're Jim Maier right now, and you keep hearing inside 3, inside 3. What's your heart doing? Are you on the defibrillator yet?
If I'm on the bottom and I hear inside 3, perfect. That's right where I want to be. However, I am the most comfortable when I am high, wide, and handsome. So if I'm on the bottom here inside 3, I'm doing a good job, but I'm worried about what's going on to my outside. If I'm Josh Milam in the 7 and I'm hearing up top 3 wide, perfect.
You just don't want to be in the middle.
I don't like the middle. I make too many mistakes to be in the middle.
And we know the air is a little bit more turbulent in that middle, and it gets your car moving around. As you can see, the side drive drafted from the 7 on Milam right down on that right rear quarter panel. That stalls out that middle lane, gives that outside line a little bit of a run off of turn number 2 as they work by the 14 of Cody Eldred. He's going to go down another lap to your race leaders. As your race leaders have started to come down pit road, only 2 drivers have not come down. As David Overstreet in the STP 46 is now your new race leader as he leads over the 2 of JD Crow.
Yeah, those 2 are trying to stretch this out as far as they can. Eric Laurie, Dave Hunt, Bob Lacavera, and Sean Stevens all just now making their way off of pit road as we go on board with our race leader who works his way through 3 and 4 coming on to the front stretch. He is going to peel off for pit road. JD Crow follows suit, and that is going to complete this green flag pit stop cycle.
It is, and this stage has had a lot of drama already built into it. Jim Maier staying out front, but now he's going to be in the middle of 3 wide, 2 by 2 now. As your top 2 is Jeff Crosby, the winner of Wednesday night, working the inside of the Speedway. Logan Helton's going to dispatch the back bumper of the 95 of Maier, put him into the sucker hole, as now Helton works to the outside, 3 wide down here in the turn number 1. The car is starting to dance around a lot as there's 4 laps remaining in stage number 2.
Jim Maier in the 95, Zach Workman in the 19. They are working the middle lane. Maier trying to be championship winner for this season. Workman, your championship winner in the ButtKicker Truck Series. They have hooked up and they are right there in the middle lane, not giving an inch. They are battling hard. Now they're only 2 wide. They have some room to the outside. Take a deep breath, boys, because here you go onto the front stretch to come around and start lap 48.
Yeah, 48 will be 3 laps remaining. Remember, at the end of lap 50, when they cross the stripe for the start lap 51, that's when this stage will be over. And everybody can take a sigh of deep breath to catch it there. These guys white-knuckled as they work around here, making it look easy. They are sweating it out as they work on the high banks here down the back stretch, and they are really moving around in this pack. Now Workman gonna jump to the outside around Maier. Maier in the inside. He'll get picked up by Josh Milam, who had a head of steam by that Hunter's Reynolds in the Reynolds lap number 26. Meanwhile, Crosby out front has a full car in front for the time being. They come across the stripe. 2 laps remaining in stage number 2.
All right, the laps winding down in this second stage, and Jim Maier, even though the points do not matter for this 95, he just has to beat the other championship contenders of Rick Siebrands, Peter deBorja, and Sebastian Marin. But I'll tell you what, if he can find a way to get around Sebastian Marin once again, that will eliminate another possibility or another championship contender. So the 95 has to stay in the throttle all the time.
Yeah, and you see how aggressive the 23 of Marin is being. He's part of this lead pack. He's trying to unlap himself the hard way. Right now, he is the first car 1 lap down. So at the end of the stage, if he is still trapped down 1 lap, he will get the free pass and back onto the lead lap. Cody Eldred, that's who he's battling with, the 14. So a battle within the battle here on the final lap of stage number 2. The battle is between the race leaders, the 95 and 33, and also for that lucky dog between the 14 and the 23 as well. There are a lot of drama building up here to start stage number 3.
Cody Eldred right now the highest running car 1 lap down as he battles with the 23 of Sebastian Marin, and the 14 gonna get into the mix. The 23 is involved as well. Sebastian Marin, Josh Milam, Logan Helton, big crash coming through 3 and 4. And the 95 of Jim Maier is going to be your stage 2 winner. And that is going to negate any opportunity that Sebastian Marin had to get the free pass in this stage.
Yeah, any incident points unless race control will do a manual one. I believe they do not do that in the OP Racing Premier Series. So Sebastian Marin going to start start his streak 1 lap down. The championship is still alive, but a very long road to hoe, and we knew something was going to give there, KR, as we look back and see what happened to bring out this at the end of stage number 2. A lot of drama building up here as we get ready to go into this stage, but we can tell you Jim Maier did pick up the stage win as he'll lead the field on the pit road.
Yeah, we're breaking down this incident right now. The 14 of Cody Eldred, 3 wide with Zach Workman and TJ Elliott. Let's go ahead and hit that, and you see the 14, big wiggle out of him, and that is going to bunch everyone up. The 23 coming into that contact with the 23 negates any opportunity for a free pass when it is controlled by iRacing. And so he finds himself still trapped 1 lap down. The 95 of Jim Maier, your stage 2 winner. He's going to hit pit road. And man, I'll tell you what, things are looking up for the 95.
Yeah, Jim Maier doing a good job. We're watching the number 23 down here on pit road. KR not electing to go to that backup card yet. And it looks like actually Marin hopping out of the car for a moment, KR, on pit road.
All right, so the 95 wins the stage and I believe almost winning the race off pit road. Jeff Crosby in the 33 did win the race off pit road. Well, let's go ahead and talk to our stage 2 winner, and that is the driver of the 95. Jim, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you win stage number 2, this 95. Kept the foot in the throttle and the throttle in the foot, and you kept Sebastian Marin, a championship contender, behind you and win a stage.
Yeah, not sure what happened, but we saw he had some trouble there, and we were pushing hard so we could try to trap him a lap down there. I hate to see it, but it's competition now, so got to keep the odds in our favor. As for that move there, I went low. I hope I didn't cause any massive checkup or anything to cause that big one, but I feel like some good drivers got caught up in that one.
Well, Jim, this 95 has been fast, and a Hall of Famer yourself here, and you find yourself battling for another championship as you come down pit road. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to have to do here in stage number 3.
I mean, same thing here. Just try to survive, try to keep it clean. We're going to try to package fuel, and it becomes a fuel race at the end here. But yeah, just got to keep it clean, and like I said, if there's a car with a green bumper, I'm going to try to follow it.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you in the rest of this race. Shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
All the guys working hard there, giving me some solid pushes, got me clear to the inside there. Josh, Hunter, and all those guys, Logan working well. Sticking with him, he's one of the best, so he makes it easy to stay up front there.
All right, Jim. Congratulations, man, on stage number 2, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you in Victory Lane.
I hope so.
All right, that is the driver of the 95, Jim Maier from Alliance Motorsports, as he starts to form up. Did come back down pit road, so gave up some track position to fill up the fuel tanks. Jeff Crosby in the 33 on the inside of row number 1. Zach Fritsch in his unique paint scheme, and Al, my face, your face, we're on the hood. We're the biggest heads on this hood. I'm not sure how to take that.
I'm not sure what he's trying to tell us.
I mean, I know I'm fat and I know I got a big head, but why you gotta point it out?
I don't know.
Well, either way, the 46 and the 26 are on row 2. Row 3, the 5 of Bob Lacavera, and the 4 of Rick Siebrands, who is now our highest running championship contender. As the green flag has come out, here we go. Once again, our final stage is underway. 100 laps, our scheduled distance, and we have already clicked off 54 and out this season, and this race are going by so fast it's hard to believe that we're down to less than 50 laps to go.
Yeah, hard to believe. They worked up through the gearbox in the high gear down the back stretch. We'll report Sebastian Marin is back out onto the racetrack. He is the first car 1 lap down. He was chasing the 7, the Josh Milam, for that honor if a yellow flag were to come out. So we saw the car go behind, or the drivers hop out real quick, and the car was not hurt too bad, able to get back in it. He's back in the race, and anything can happen in this very long stage number 3. So it's the road looks very steep right now for the 23. But I would not say don't count that 23 out. Still has some speed. The very minimum front end damage looks like on the front of that 23 of Marin. But up front it is Zach Fritz, and he is leading you proud down here. Somehow I got the right side of the road here. I'm not quite sure. You'd think they'd put the fat guy on the left side of the car for a little bit more, helping to get to the corner.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have a feeling we're not too far off on weight. I am a perfect specimen of muscle and can't even do 1 pull-up, and that's why they put me on the inside, because the inside doesn't have to work as hard.
Well, that's true. Maybe. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of tough to beat, myself. I'm 220 pounds of twisted sex appeal, so.
Well, hell, I'm 195 of messed up sex appeal.
You're carbon fiber over there. you're in race form.
I'll tell you what, Cody Ober made a paint scheme with my face all over it, and that car did not do very well. So I don't have high hopes for Zach Fritz, but maybe the fact that you and I are on the hood together and the rest of this OP Racing League is on the 12, it might be enough to put that 12 in the victory lane here tonight. He'd love to win this one and really set off everyone else around him, as this is the championship race. Your championship contenders are Rick Siebrands, Jim Maier, Peter deBorja, and Sebastian Marin in that running order that I just listed. However, they're all spread out throughout this field.
Yeah, very spread out right now. They work here. Sebastian Marin up in the front of this lead pack. Remember, he's down 1 lap to your race leader. So without a yellow flag or getting some help to get up front and get back on the lead lap, his road to the championship has gotten a lot harder. Remember, that all stemming from that speeding penalty, getting on the pit road in stage number 2. A costly mistake, and a mistake that we have not seen that much all season from the rookie driver. Just shows you how much pressure there is here on ButtKicker Championship night. And I'm pretty sure he gave himself a nice boot and the tuchus for that mistake.
He is kicking himself about that for sure, but you cannot think about that when you are in the race car. Now, your mission, after making that mistake, overcome your mistake. You have to do everything you can to put yourself back into contention. And this 23 right now, he is running right in the middle, and it's hard to see what he is doing, but I can tell you, I've been keeping an eye on him, and this 23 is putting himself in very low risk, high reward situations. And that is why right now he is leading all the cars that are 1 lap down. He is leaving plenty of room between himself and the 17. And he's got a teammate, the 052 of Joey T, right behind him. That means that everyone knows don't touch the 23 because even a 0X negates your free pass.
That it doesn't. Right now, the closest car to him is that number 7, Josh Milam. And Milam showing some damage on that Ford Mustang as they work down the backstretch. Here into the corner, you see the back cowl piece missing as they come off of turn number 2. And so Milam's car a little bit hurt as well. And he's got Jim Maier right behind him. Jim Maier is biding his time, knowing that this stage is long. At least 2 pit stops here to make it to the end. They are just working, biding their time. You see a lot of single file action behind them with the guys that were pretty much caught up in that wreck there. They had to spend the money, pull the backup car out. Now they got to protect it to get to the end here. Meanwhile, up front, there's no protection going on. They are 3 wide and side drafting hard. Up at the front of this one is Hunter Reynolds. Goes to the point, down low, getting a good push by Zach Fritz.
Yeah, the 26 is out in front. Rick Siebrands in the 4. Sometimes called Superman of OP Racing. And that 4 machine, anytime he gets out in front, everyone better start sweating bullets because he gets out in front. It is very hard to dislodge him from the top spot.
It is, and you saw Sebastian Marin cut to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get up towards the front of this field. So he's worked to the bottom. I like being on the bottom right now, because if something were to happen above you, especially when they're 3 wide, you can make that hard left-hand turn and get away from it. If you're in the middle or the top, it's going to collect you a lot sooner than later. Right now, everybody's starting to settle themselves out here as we are about 10 laps into this stage 3, the championship final stage here on the ButtKicker Championship night for the OP Premier Racing Series. And this has been a good one. A lot of drama already involved in it. We're going to see how this one shakes out. It is not over to, well, to you sing at the end of this one.
Hashtag rude.
Well, you are on the left side of the hood for a reason. That's what Fritz told me.
It's fine. It's whatever. Just hurt my feelings. Either way, this has been an outstanding race, Hal, because it is full of our championship contenders sprinkled throughout this field. Sebastian Marin in 24th place, 1 lap down. But he has been one of the fastest drivers week in and week out. And right now he is the first car 1 lap down. So he has every opportunity to get back on the lead lap, and he has got himself in that position to do it. Josh Milam in the 7, Richard Kuhn in the 47. They find themselves 1 lap down as well. The 14 of Cody Eldred also off the lead pack. So those drivers all battling to be the first car 1 lap down. And right now that is the 23 of Sebastian Marin. Peter deBorja in the 40. He is finding himself in 21st spot. So he's a little bit further in the pack than where he would like to be if the checkered flag fell. But man, that 40 dropped to the back in the opening stages of the race, and that is where he has been hanging out. Jim Maier in the 95, your stage 2 winner. He finds himself mid-pack here, trying to work his way back forward. And Rick Siebrands in the 4, battling for the race lead. So again, we're seeing race strategies play out right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies playing out. And I don't want to sleep on that 40 of deBorja. We know the extra life number 40 has some speed. I think right now this kind of buying out. Missed that first wreck, our only wreck of the race so far. Missed that one. Just by this time, knowing that it's going to get a lot crazier before it gets a little bit, calmed down right now. Maybe the eye of the storm right now, since you give you a false sense of security. But these drivers are going to ratchet up the intensity, especially knowing what's on the line, helping their teammates out, get back to the front. Or in Sebastian Maier's pace to get back on that lead lap. But right now, Marin is not the first car. One lap down, the 47 of Richard Kuhn on the outside. He has taken that away from Marin as they work off of turn number 2.
Somebody needs to go talk to the spotter of Richard Kuhn, offer some money and say, hey, put a brick under that throttle so he can't go wide open. We got to get Sebastian Marin back on the lead lap. I'm not saying they'd take the bribe, but I'm saying they'd probably take the money.
They might. Or give them a candy bar.
Like a Reese's peanut butter cup?
Oh, yeah. 2 Reese's cups, that's already yellow.
There you go. There you go. All right, so bribes have been established here tonight. So whatever happens here is null and void because it can't be trusted.
We have no control over anything.
I know that, but the fans don't know that, Al.
Well, I'm laying it out just in case the Phantom Yellow Flag did come out anytime. We have no controls over anything that happens on the racetrack or in the broadcast.
Or even in the booth.
Well, yeah. They put a glass between us this time, so that's good.
Oh, all right. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, the 4 of Rick Siebrands, they are your race leaders. Last time our drivers were on pit road was lap 51 at the end of stage number 2.
Oh, trouble! The 13 of Brigante gets turned around. Yellow flag coming out. As long as Marin stays clear of everybody, he will be back on the lead lap. Andy Brigante has gone around. Dan Holloway has ripped open the Reese's package. Oh, the humanity.
All right, let's see what happened to the 13 of Andy Brigante. He and Les Levy make contact, hard contact with the 14, the 7, the 95 of Jim Maier in the picture there as well. But you talked about the 23 of Sebastian Marin. Let's see what happened to him if he was able to get through this. And so far, I don't see any contact with the 23. Any cars around him, a lot of room being given. So this could work out to his favor.
I believe it will. I'm keeping an eye on that 23 to see if indeed he gets a wave around. We know he's got the backup car, KR. He did not use it. He's got some front end damage. Now getting that lucky dog, assuming he gets the lucky dog. Do you bring out that backup car, or do you sit on pit road and try to fix this one as much as you can? Obviously, you had enough speed to stay up in that lead pack and wait for the next yellow flag, because we're going to have at least one more stop after this. I assume most everybody will come down pit road, service their race cars, take a drink of water, and get fueled up for the next 32 laps of this race.
All right, so we are within a 2-stop strategy. Gonna pit here and then maybe one more time, possibly 2. So on the pit road, you have got to get everything you can. And here they come. Rick Siebrands in the 4, peels off for his pit box, solid stop, hits his marks perfectly. And I'll tell you what, Al, that's what it takes to come off of pit road first, is a perfect entry into pit road.
Then it does, and the first one down and away is going to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Our first championship contender off will be the 4 of Siebrands. He's calm and cool. You want to know why he's so cool out there on the racetrack? They are
4 tires?
No, the 4 has the Yeti. He's nice and cool out there.
I see what you did there.
Hey, we gotta plug those that support that, you know?
Absolutely. Speaking of support, guys, we are going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back to bring you this restart here at Turn 3 Racing Network as our ButtKicker Championship night for OP Racing Premier Series continues. No one go anywhere. We'll be here right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car down and away. Green flag is back out. And here we go. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds gets himself out in front with a good restart. The 12 of Zach Fritsch, who is running a horrendous car. If that thing hits victory lane, Al, I say we riot. We just riot.
Hey, look at the shotgun that Sebastian Marin has been shot out of. They're at full song coming to the green flag. He is already cracking the top 10 down the backstretch, and Joey Delavecchia, his teammate, working the outside, and they did not elect to go to the backup car, KR. I watched them underneath that yellow flag. They got back on the lead lap. Sebastian Marin back into the hunt of this one is now 3 of your top championship drivers underneath the blanket working towards the top 10 of this race.
Yeah, Rick Siebrands still your highest running championship contender, but Sebastian Marin, Peter deBorja, they're running very close to each other. And Jim Maier just a little bit ahead of them in that 95.
Yeah, and I believe that the front end damage on Marin's car hurt them when they got back up on the outside with him leading it. I think right now the best bet would be for Marin to be a follower, just based off of the damage that we can visually see on that number 23. But right now, everybody's doing a good job, and we talked about him all race long, hanging out the back of the field. Well, that pay window starting to get greased up as we're closing in on 25 laps to go. That extra life, number 40, well, it's right there, lurking right behind Jim Maier.
As they flash through the front stretch, sailing off into turn number 1. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds out in front. A championship winner himself here on Monday night. The 4 of Rick Siebrands on the outside lane. No stranger to victory lane. No stranger to championship winning situations. This 4 is going to have to do it all again as we work lap 74 of 100 off of turn number 4. That 4, oh, trouble! The 17, the 7, all getting involved. Les Levy shoots down pit road, and Jimmy Reynolds on the front stretch trying to keep that thing running.
And Reynolds going to get back out on the racetrack. Heavy right front damage to the Fuel Sim Racing number 17. Did not quite see it. Caught the end of that one. Not sure what caused it. The Josh Milam involved also. And that is a backup car for the 7. And that thing is tracking a little bit sideways. Looks like the rear end might be knocked out of the 7. That could be disastrous in the end of the night for Josh Milam.
All of our championship contenders were able to make it through that one. But yeah, a lot of trouble for Jimmy Reynolds, Josh Milam, and Richard Kuhn in the 47. John Stevens in the 23 did get a shot to the 17. The yellow flag is out once again here in our final stage with 26 laps to go. Ooh, who's coming down pit road? What's the strategy call here?
I think everybody, let's see, Sebastian Marin gonna come down as well. I'm gonna keep an eye on the 23 camp here, KR, as they come down pit road. I'm curious to see if they elect to go to that backup car, knowing that they got to a certain point up front and then just kind of stalled out.
Yeah, the 23 peels off for pit road, or I'm sorry, into his pit box. The 4 of Rick Siebrands wins the race off of pit road, just a splash of fuel for him. So there you go. Nobody can make it on this fuel run to the end of the race. So we still have one more stop to go.
And they can, and I can say that Sebastian Marin, the backup car, was ready but not jumped into by the 23. Just a splash of fuel and back out there. So I like the play call. 25 laps to go, and we've seen the intensity level starting to ratchet up here. Saving it, maybe the car not as hurt as bad as it looks, and save that car for maybe that last pit stop to get out there with a bullet.
All right, guys, we are going to step away once again real quick, one more time, and then we will be back to finish this one out. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to get the green flag with 23 laps to go. The pace car, the Ford butt stain, out of the way finally. Fast cars out in front. Here we go. Green flag is out. And we're going to try and finish this one off with 23 laps to go. Al, there's two Camaros out in front.
There is, as they work down in the turn number one, they are getting pushed. Well, the outside one getting pushed by a Ford Power. That's the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. You know, I had to get that in there. Yeah, they're very limited out there. That's the thing that we're going to work on next season, is some more Ford Power out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, you work on that Ford Power. That's, you might as well Flintstone it. They both start with F.
Wow. At least they don't have a Band-Aid covering up the mistake.
At least they found it.
Side by side, but your race leader for the championship is the Seabrands. He's the inside car on the bottom side of the racetrack, and that Yeti number 4, he works the inside lane. He is your highest running championship hopeful with 22 laps to go. Dave Hunt taking a peek to the outside. That could have got very dangerous there as they worked off the turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Jack Fritz with that pink car doing a good job with all the faces of his competitors and our two ugly mugs on the hood of that car, pushing the backside of the Seabrands down the backstretch. DJ Elliott working to the outside, and Logan Helton gonna bail out. Almost in the outside wall was Helton as he bails out of that top lane, and he'll slide back in behind Jared Forbes in that 73.
So he slots in 5th car, 4th car in the high side. Now he slots in the bottom lane. And Al, we talk about it quite a bit, but when that inside lane really forms up, the longest train, that lets you know a round of green flag pit stops is about to happen. We're working with 21 laps to go. these cars can only get about 18 laps of fuel, and I have my final cold beverage to award to someone here tonight. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to award it to Miss Mara Clark. This season has been a difficult one for multiple reasons, and she is still here. So Miss Mara, thank you very much. That is the coldest appreciation I can give.
Hats off to Mara. Thank you for tuning in each and every week and commenting in there along with everybody that has all season long. And 12 thumbs up there. That allows these drivers. That's why they come out here and they race on the Monday nights. They go back, watch the race, and they see the love down there with the thumbs up. That's your way out there showing that you appreciate their efforts and entertaining you. AR and I are the two lucky ones. They're the biggest race fans out there that just get to sit up here in, well, the air conditioning booth, watching these cars go around in circles. We're not out in the heat, but these guys are out there battling in, sweating in their rigs. You know, we're up here, calm, cool, collected. We get to have, JR's favorite adult beverage, the Mountains of Levy. And, well, we work right around there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're spoiled, Al. Absolutely. We get to talk about racing with some of the best super speedway drivers you can find in iRacing. And I literally say that because there have been drivers who have come in from other leagues who thought they were hot stuff. And when they showed up, they realized that this league is one of the hardest leagues to win in, week in and week out. This league, in my opinion, is the best super speedway league to deal with because we attract talent every single season. We have the best drivers out there laying it all on the line. And once again, our season 8 of OP Racing, the vision of Alex Green, of Cody Ober, handed down to Derek Conley, Josh Milam, all these guys, Jimmy Reynolds. Here we are. Oh, and pit stop's underway, so I'm not going to get to finish my thought.
That's all right, Karen. We'll see if anybody gets a speeding penalty. Everybody coming down pit road this time, over half the field, and is being led into the pit stall by the 4 of Rick Siebrands. In trouble by Fritz. He slid through his pit box, and Siebrands down and away. Jimmy Maier's down and away. So 3 of our 4 championship contenders on pit road. Sebastian Marin will stay out there. So he is now currently your champion driver that is out there. Highest one of the 4. Finds himself running in the 6th spot. So let's come down pit road. I like staying out, and man, I'm just gonna say a couple more laps and kind of get there in case we have a green, white, checkered. But that's not gonna happen as they come in there, and oh, trouble! Dave Hunt gets turned by the 2 of JD Crow. Coming the pit road, trouble on there. We'll see if the yellow-green flag will stay out. And all eyes are on Sebastian Marin here on pit road to see if he jumps into that backup car.
Yeah, Sebastian Marin, I gotta tell you, if you're gonna burn it now, because you may or may not get another chance. That 23, it looks like he didn't do it so far.
No, it did not. I'm wondering if maybe he already used it earlier in the race. Did he get damage that we did not see, or did it mistakenly get used when he didn't want to? Because he's had that car damaged for multiple laps now since that big wreck at the end of stage number 2.
I'll tell you what, he is on track trying to gain speed. Here comes the 4 of Rick Siebrands. Alliance Motorsports hooked up on the outside lane.
Alliance Motorsports going to whirl right by him. Here comes the 40 up here, deBorja. He's trying to get a championship for Meteor Racing. He's to the inside lane. Their top 2 are almost neck and neck down here for your championship, and Jim Maier's in the hunt as well. So just like that, the top 5 have 3 of your race contenders. Jack Eldridge or Cody Eldridge in that 14 is your race leader, but he's going to bow out of the way as he knows he is down some speed as the pack blasts by side for your championship with 15 laps to go.
We started this race with 27 cars. That is an outstanding achievement for any league in the final race of a championship season. That just tells you about this community. It is the best community. It is the highest level that you can be in. Josh Maier finds himself out of this race. He has been sitting on pit road for the last 12 and a half minutes, and he is still sitting here watching this race. 27 cars started the race, 26 cars out on track, and we just turned the fastest lap of the race by the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, a 45.98. That 17 is getting after it. Nobody has given up just yet.
Now how about the line coming to the outside? Jim Maier jumped up in front of Sebastian Marin. You saw the momentum coming. They are 3 abreast here for your race lead off of turn number 4. Maier trying to make a move into the outside of Mark Mann as they push. They got TJ Elliott giving a good push here with 13 circuits to go. No one's in the seat that they paid a ticket for. They're all standing up cheering for their favorite driver here in the turn number 1. Reynolds down low, even though with the green, not a championship hopeful here tonight. It is between the 40, the 4, the 95, and 23, all pictured as they work down the back stretch.
Les Levy just turned the fastest lap of the race here with 13 laps to go. That lets you know that nobody is laying down. Everybody is getting every bit that they can, and we are on board with Les Levy, who finds himself in 16th spot, tucked in behind the Meteor Racing 88 of Gabe Butler.
Gabe Butler trying to get up there to help his teammate, the 40 of deBorja. He's up to the outside lane now as they flash into turn number 1, 3 by 3 at 190 miles an hour. Maier up on the outside. He has got 23 of Sebastian Marin. Now to the 40 down low to deBorja. Your race leader is Rick Siebrands. If the checkered flag were to come out down the backstretch, he would be the champion. 11 and a half circuits left to go here tonight. And it is Ben Siebrands leading the way, but now deBorja with a great push to Hunter Reynolds. He'll be your championship leader.
I'll tell you what, Al, there's a reason why the phrase "the cream rises to the top" exists to this day. You can create whatever technology, you can do whatever you want. However, the best pieces always will come into play, and right now our championship contenders are almost all within the top 10. Sebastian Marin finds himself right now in 11th place, just outside, but he has won the most stages. He has won quite a few races this season. Our championship contenders are the cream that are rising to the top right now.
They are in that third lane, started to fizzle out, and Sebastian Marin made a very aggressive move to get down low, and he finds himself in behind the 21 of Holloway. 10 more circuits to go as the flagger gave him the high 5 times 2. 10 laps to go as they work down here in the turns 1 and 2, and it is Reynolds back out front. deBorja trying to side draft the side of the 4 of Siebrands. deBorja drastically wants to get in front of Reynolds to try to put some distance by himself. In trouble on the backstretch. Workman goes around. Yellow flag has not come out yet. Workman and Forbes have gone around on the backstretch, and we say green so far.
They are down below the racing surface. Racing Control has said, we are not calling a yellow flag. I approve of that, and up until the cars that are slow get involved. So let's let it play. Let's let it run out. We are 3 wide with Daniel Holloway in the middle. Jim Maier in the 95 tucks in, and now the yellow flag does come out because we do have some slow cars. I approve of that yellow flag.
And Jared Forbes had gone around here, and then the yellow flag coming out. So a tough break. We saw Workman and Forbes go through the spin cycle down the back stretch, out of harm's way. But now everybody's going to be able to catch their breath. The question I have for you, KR, we saw how intense it was getting. Do any of the drivers come down pit road to put some fuel in this car just in case we do go to overtime?
Man, I'll tell you, you have to plan for overtime. You've got to plan for overtime, because if you look at the stats for OP Racing, we use 2 attempts, a maximum of 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish. And you have always got to plan for that. Because there is literally like 2 or 3 races in this 18 race season that have finished under the regular scheduled distance.
Yeah, so you have to believe that. And I mean, they came down back on lap between 83 and 84. I just don't know if they have enough fuel in the car, even with this yellow flag, shutting the car off, clutching the car. Can you save enough for both attempts? It looks like everybody's going to stay out, so yeah, I mean, you got to roll the dice.
Someone's going to roll the dice, and someone is going to come up Snake Eyes. Someone's going to come up 7-Eleven. Somebody's going to come up with the double checkered flag and the big old wreath that says you won the championship for season 8.
Take a breath, KI. Gonna get wild.
No, I have not taken a breath for a while.
How about Richard Kuhn, the Florida native, getting back on the lead lap with his Toyota Supra? Getting the wave by, so he'll be back on the race lead lap, I do believe.
Well, we did start with 27 cars in this race. Josh Milam in the 7. He is the only car officially out of this race. He did 74 laps here tonight. Been on pit road for the last 19 and a half minutes.
Remember that the rear end was knocked out of it, KR.
Man, I'll tell you what, he went through some battles tonight.
He has. And Josh, you know, a feature winner, listen to me. A race winner this season. He won at Talladega for the Shady Track 250, or that was the iRacing Superspeedway. He won there. You know, so not a bad season for him, but definitely not the way he wanted to see season 8 come to an end.
No, it is not. But the fact that that team, that pit crew, is still sitting on pit road, they have not pulled their eyes away from this racing. Man, I'll tell you guys what, if you don't know about OP Racing, you need to learn about it. This is one of the best super speedway leagues that you can be in, because week in and week out, it is one of the hardest ones to win a race in, because the talent level here is so high, and each and every one of these drivers knows that they're in a battle. And even with 5 laps to go, when this green flag drops, I do not know who is going to win this race.
I don't think anybody knows.
No, it is. I'll tell you what, I will never forget the time I saw someone from 2 laps down survive 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered, one of them being a natural attempt to come back from multiple laps down and finish in 3rd place.
It's incredible. Anything can happen. That's why we like the restrictor plate racing here on the high banks of iRacing. We are here at Daytona for the ButtKicker Championship 250, and we are almost down. When they get the green flag, it'll be 5 laps to go. Do the quick math, KR.
6.
There you go.
Pace car down and away. Robert Duvendak cheering for Alliance Motorsports. Here we go. 5 laps to go in the final race of season number 8 for OP Racing Premier Superspeedway. Rick Siebrands, the highest running championship contender. The 40 of Peter deBorja on the inside. He is now trying to take that honor away from the 4 Siebrands.
Yeah, deBorja trying to push the 26 out far enough so he can clear the 4. Ain't gonna happen. Down the back stretch they come. Here comes Siebrands with a push from Logan the Kid Helton. Helton giving a good push by the Siebrands as they work there for the Alliance Motorsports team up front. It is now deBorja, the lone soldier for Meteor Racing. He works to the inside. He's trying to be the race winner. Can he do it? 4 more circuits to go. And they all race behind the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds putting himself in a good position to settle this one out here. Is now your top 2 chase contenders. Your championship hopefuls are door to door off of turn number 2.
Oh my goodness, folks. Look at this. Alliance Motorsports has the first 4 cars in the outside lane. They are all trying to work together to try and get Jim Maier or Rick Siebrands the championship win. Peter deBorja in the 40. He is all by himself as a championship contender, but he has the 33 and the 26 around him. Drivers who know all about winning the championship. And Peter deBorja, big wiggle through the trial bowl, gathers it back in, but with 3 laps of trouble as they head into turn number 1.
Andy Brigante head into the outside wall. Bob Lacavera involved. Levy Holloway also involved. A big wreck, a big hit to the outside wall. And we are underneath the yellow flag, and it is going to send us in the ButtKicker overtime here tonight in the ButtKicker 250 championship race. Let's take a look back and see what happened there. They were all jumbled up. The 40 got that side draft, and that just led them along. Got them all sideways there, KR, is what led that. I think everybody checked up in the hard wreck back here for the 13 of Andy Brigante.
Yeah, Andy Brigante involved in this one. Bob Lacavera, Daniel Holloway, Les Levy, and Joey D. Richard Kuhn, who already had been involved in a big one. So a lot of cars involved in this dust-up. Taking one more look here. And the yellow flag had come out as we were developing quite a huge story about Alliance Motorsports running 2 championship contenders versus the 40 of Peter deBorja, who was looking for some help.
That he was. Now deBorja back to the 8th spot there after that side draft gone wrong. Made contact with the left side door of Logan Helton and got that car sideways. I'm going to give him the save of the race, though. That car could have went very violently wrong, and he was able to hold on to it. Finds himself inside the top 10 still, but very, very close. Here, the championship still not out of it. But the Alliance Motorsports team going to line up on the inside line on this restart with 3 cars down low.
All right, folks. So first attempt at a green-white checkered is underway, and I realized I would be remiss if I did not mention our sponsor for tonight's championship race. That is none other than the ButtKicker Gamer 2, Gamer whatever. They have some great items, and if you are interested in iRacing, you gotta have a ButtKicker in your seat. And to tell us a little bit more about it, we're gonna take a quick break. So guys, thank you. Please make sure you check out ButtKicker, and we'll be back to wrap this up here in just a little bit.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you all have enjoyed the show here tonight. This one is about ready to wrap up. We are in our first attempt at a green flag, green, white, checkered situation. The four Rick Siebrands out in front, and Al, this one's about to get done and over with.
And about it is in Alliance Motorsports, 3 cars lined up on the inside. Last year's champion, Jim Maier, gonna line up on the 3rd in the inside line, Logan Helton. And your championship leader, the number 4 of Rick Siebrands, trying to collect a championship here. We're gonna find out here when the green flag comes out. It'll be 2 circuits remaining. If they get back to the white flag, well, it's a race to the checkered. If they don't, we'll rack them and stack them again. Green flag is back up, and the ButtKicker Championship 250 is in overtime and back underway.
That it is, and we have a huge shout out from Seth Gruber. Thank you very much, Seth, for joining us. Wish you were out here tonight, but man, we get it. And the 4 of Rick Siebrands down on the bottom. He is your leading championship contender. He has his teammate, Logan, the Kid Helton, pushing on his back bumper. But the 95 of Jim Maier, he is also a championship contender. Here they come down the backstretch. Who's it gonna be?
Down to the turn number 3 they come. They'll hit it is the outside line. deBorja knows he has to go to the outside. He switches lanes to get up behind Mark Mann. Now Jeff Crosby gonna move up behind him as well. Off the corner, coming to the tribal. The white flag is out. It's the final 2.5 miles of the ButtKicker 250.
It is the final 2.5 miles. With that white flag flying in the air, that means that the next flag ends it, whether it's the checkered or the caution. But I'll tell you what, I have a hard time believing that race control will throw the yellow flag. Rick Siebrands is out in front. Peter deBorja finding himself all the way in 6th place in that 40 machine. He is well and behind, but not out of it just yet. He is trying to make something happen in the high side. He has Jeff Crosby pushing on his back bumper. They're making some moves to the front.
deBorja again, a push by Crosby, but it might be a little bit too late. Down the front stretch they come in the tribal. Siebrands down low. He's going to be a champion. Rick Siebrands picks up the win. Helton and Maier, your top three for Alliance Motorsports in the championship race. And Season 8 is going to go to Alliance Motorsports for the second season in a row.
Jim Maier scored in third place. He will be credited with second in the championship. Peter deBorja third, and Sebastian Marin rounds out your 4 championship contenders. But the big honcho, the man who has everything here going his way tonight, that is the 4 of Rick Siebrands, as the 23 gives him a congratulation bump. The 95 to his outside, gonna give him a little bit of a kiss as well, just as soon as they figure out how to do it gently.
What did we just see? We saw an amazing race to end an amazing season, and we would not expect anything less. Is Andy Vigante's throttle stuck wide open right there, KR.
It happens. The burnout from the 4 is just absolutely legendary. Rick Siebrands, Superman for OP Racing, comes out on top once again. That car, I'll tell you what, he's gonna burn that engine all the way down. Let's get right into pulling in our championship winner, the 4 of Rick Siebrands. Rick, how you doing, man?
Man, what a race, man. First off, how about that Logan Helton, man? What an incredible job. I'm so blessed to have him as a teammate and a friend, man. Awesome job by him, man. He did so good back there. Just, I said last week, in order to win this championship, I think he had to win the race. And thankfully we had good track position late. We got ourselves put in that position, and had tremendous teammates there to do all the hard work. I just held onto the wheel, man, and they pushed me home, man. I can't say enough about that group.
I'll tell you what, Rick, this 4 machine is a mainstay at the front week in, week out for OP Racing. No matter where we go, where we show up, a championship win for this 4 is always in conversation from race 1 to race 18, and you pulled it off here tonight. Oh my goodness.
I am speechless. I could not believe that we came out here tonight in season 8, this whole season, and captured one of the hardest, I feel, championships to get in this community, man, with the group of drivers that we have, and the format with the stages and the bonus points. It is so difficult to have that kind of success, and you got to have a good team, and without great teammates like Jim and Mark, Daniel, Logie, it just isn't going to happen, man. And it's a bittersweet moment too, man. Jim should have been up there. He had a great run too. He just kind of got stuck there in traffic, or he would have had a great look at it too, man. Just kind of bittersweet, but in the same breath, we're happy to come home with this. We never would have expected it with the season that we had.
I'll tell you what, man, you saved your only race win for this season when it mattered most. So
crazy.
And Rick, I'll tell you what, nice job. Outstanding finish. Any shout outs, thank yous, anything else you'd like to say for this one?
Again, all the credit goes to Logan Helton for tremendous pushing there. Great job by him. I know he wanted to be a part of this chase, but he had internet issues, didn't get him in there. He's going to be a force next year. You watch out for that 63 for sure. All my teammates, Mark, Jim, Daniel, tremendous team. I'm so thankful to be a part of them. All the admins there at OP, they do a tremendous job behind the scenes making this deal work. And of course, you guys up in the booth, man. I hope all the fans at home enjoyed this, man. What a great season. What a great race. I can't wait for season 9. Season 9. This is going to be fun.
All right, before we let you go, I do want to let Al throw in a few questions to you as well.
Sure.
Rick, I mean, talk about this season. You came into tonight's race, no wins on the season, and you come out here in a walk-off win to pick up the season finale. That's got to be up and to go in as a champion at OP Racing. What's that mean to you?
It means the world. I mean, it's just a credit to this whole number 4 Yeti Alliance Motorsports team. We never give up. When we were getting wrecked out for all the stages and bringing home 20 and 25th place points, the first 5 races of the season, man, there was nobody giving up, nobody throwing in the towel. We just stay grinding, man, and keep digging. That's all you can do, man. And you're having a great teammates behind me to keep you focused, to keep you going forward. It's I can't believe it, man. This is cool.
Well, congratulations on that championship. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cold beverages in those Yetis here tonight in the infield KR as Rick Siebrands is going to pick up the win.
We're not sleeping tonight. We're partying all night. We're celebrating tonight, boys. This is awesome.
Save some cold ones for us. We'll be down after the race.
Absolutely.
Well, Rick, congratulations, man. What a great season. It's been a pleasure calling the races, and I always like plugging your sponsor. You keep those beverages cold. That's an important feature, you got to have.
It's important, man, on hot nights like tonight, man. I can't thank you guys enough for everything you do in the booth. Both of you two up in the booth. I'm not even sure what the plans are next year. I really hope both of you guys are back next season, man, because it's a pleasure to watch these broadcasts.
Well, thank you for that, Rick. And well, go enjoy this one. Let it sink in. You are an OP Premier Racing champion.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, that is your champion, the 4 of Rick Siebrands, here tonight, and Alliance Motorsports picking up another win in that category as he burns it down a little bit more, and we'll let him celebrate this win. But Al, we still have quite a few of our championship contenders to talk to. Jim Maier from Alliance Motorsports brought it home second in the championship contention, so why don't you take this one away?
Yeah, Jim Maier comes home second in the championship hunt here tonight, giving a good push to your teammates there at the end, Jim. And we saw you up front all race long. You stuck to your word from the pre-race all the way through the end of stage 2, staying up front, staying glued to your championship rivals. Just going to come up one spot shy, but can't be too upset staying in the Alliance Motorsports camp.
Yeah, like I said, keeping the Alliance on top, that was a goal. Me or Rick. So once after that caution, I was stuck on the inside there. Unless I got clear of Hunter, I was committed to staying with those guys. Wasn't sure who would team up and get a run on the third lane there. So I just wanted to stay committed. So happy for Rick and all the guys at Alliance. It's a team win, and guys are fun to race with, and I'm enjoying every moment.
Yeah, what a great group of teammates you have. They're all working together to get you guys back up to the front there. And just talk about the racing. It seemed like once 25 laps ago, the racing went to another level. We saw the side drafts getting a little bit more aggressive. We saw, Peter deBorja getting to the side of Logan Helton right there in front of you. At that moment, did you think that maybe you weren't going to make it out of the tri-oval?
It's definitely a pucker moment, and you hold your breath for a second. But those guys are good enough; they hang on to it, and I was doing a lot of mirror driving. I was watching for that high lane to come. I knew Rick had Logan and Mark there, so I was watching for that high lane. I didn't realize Sebastian had some damage there, which hurt on that high side a little bit. But it was good, hard racing, tight racing. That's what we expect. That's how it is week in and week out.
Well, you come in as a defending champion and come home second overall, but not a bad season overall for you, picking up 2 wins this season and a second place. And like you said, your championship, not not going the way you wanted. You probably wanted to be up there where Rick is, but keeping it in the camp is always a good thing. And next season, we expect this 95 some good things out of this one, especially since I heard KR is your painter.
The KR is the painter. KR put this one together. I think it looks pretty good. Hopefully we can keep it up front, keep it on the broadcast, and get it some airtime. So of course, one spot short this season. It's a bummer to a point. Always want to win, but we got to share some of those wins, I guess. Those old timers like Rick. He's been around a while, taught me a lot, so he deserves it. Happy to keep it in the Alliance. All these guys at Alliance, they're tough to race with. The whole league. I mean, it's tough competition week in, week out. So happy I could be there at the end, have a shot at it, and help him finish it off.
Well, congratulations with it. KR, do you got anything to add into our Hall of Famer, Jim Maier?
Well, Jim, I maybe added a bit too much paint, made it a little too heavy so that you didn't win this championship. However, Alliance Motorsports going 1 and 2, and that 95 looked very sharp regardless.
Yeah, it's like I said, the paint looks good. It's shiny, and I'm happy with that. I really like it. Like I said, I'd like to keep it up front and keep KR Designs on the broadcast. Hopefully, some more guys come out of the woodwork and once these paints.
All right, that is Jim Maier. And Jim, once again, congratulations, man. A solid run here tonight. Just coming up a bit short.
Yeah, tough break. It was just like I said, I was committed to staying. If I would have got clear to Hunter, I probably would have made the move and let Hunter shove me around a little bit. But I had to stay committed. Happy for Rick.
All right, that is Jim Maier, a teammate to Rick Siebrands, your championship winner, and Alliance Motorsports finishing 1 and 2 in this championship contention. But now let's move on to the driver who finished in 3rd in this season finale as far as our championship contenders go, and that is the 40 of Peter deBorja. And Al, you've caught up with him.
I have caught up with Peter deBorja, and Peter, not the results that you were hoping for, but man, you really snuckered us out. You rode out back most of the race, and then just out of nowhere, here you are racing for that championship and racing hard. You guys were. What else did you need out of that last the green white checker to get that 40 up into that number 1 position?
Man, Alliance Motorsports just so dang good. Like they know every tiny little nuanced thing you guys can't even think about in the booth when you're watching. Like, oh man, like I was ready to blow up so many times those closing laps pushing Hunter, and every time I just try to like peek out a little bit to the right to breathe some air, Logan or James would pick up on that too, and they'd pinch a little tighter so I couldn't, and I wouldn't be able to push as much. Like those are all tiny little things that you never think about when you're first thinking about super speedway racing and whatnot. Is worried about your temperatures as much as you are, and they're a great team. And honestly, I probably wouldn't be in this position I am without Rick's help when I first joined OP. So I'm really happy for him. But yeah, we probably just needed maybe a couple more chest pieces at the end, or a tenth of a less gallon of fuel. Maybe I get out ahead of Rick, or if I just push Hunter a little bit further one of those times and I'm able to jump up in the middle. I don't know, but man, we really did give it our all there.
Yeah, definitely a great season. Nothing to hang your hat on. Obviously, want to be listed as that champion, but 3rd out of all these racers, over 30 plus racers week in and week out. You're going to come home 3rd in the standings overall. What's that mean to you in the motivation headed into season 9?
I mean, 3rd in this series, it's like better than 1st in a lot of others, man. Just the roster top to bottom is just so impressive. And like I said, the guys at Alliance did a great job all season too. And Rick was up there without any stage wins, without any race wins all year. And here he is, the final, showing us exactly how it's done, like he's done so many times before. So, but yeah, my hat tipped off to him and Jim and Logan as well, and Daniel and Mark. They did perfect teamwork stuff all race long there to be in the right spot. But no, I'm really thankful for the season I've had and the teammates I had to put me in this position too. Between Gabe Butler, Zach Workman, Eric Laurie, Dan Harrington, all of them at some point in time played a big part in making sure that we were 25% of this Final Four tonight. And for a team that was one driver 2 seasons ago, just Mr. Harrington there. we've gone back to back. We put somebody in the Final Four, finishing third twice in a row. Still haven't finished second in a championship yet. This is my fourth Final Four, and I've got 3 thirds and a fourth. So I'm hoping to get them. Even the second step of the podium would be nice. But yeah, there's plenty to be proud of. We had 0 incidents. We finished top 5 in a championship race to some of the best drivers on Superspeedways there are. I mean, look at that top 5. Like, there's no shame in losing to those guys.
No, definitely. You only, 3 out of the 4 contenders inside the top 5. So there's a reason why you guys are in that championship to begin with, and then to put yourself in the position like that. It was a heck of a race. It looked very intense from our vantage point, high above the Daytona International Speedway. I mean, it had to have been even more white knuckled inside the cockpit. Hats off to you for a great season. To you and your whole Meteor Racing team. Obviously, yeah, third place, you're going to sit there and probably think as you go to bed tonight, what could we have done a little bit different, maybe to change the outcome? But don't beat yourself up too much. You had a great season.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think we did the best we could with the hand we were dealt tonight. There's steps for us to grow as well, but yeah, we're pretty happy with this, and we'll learn from this and hope to do better next time.
Well, it took 18 weeks to get you here. We'll let you roll the red carpet out. We know you got some teammates and a few sponsors to thank.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Turn 3 Motorsports Network, or Turn 3 Racing Network. Sorry, there is a Turn 3 Motorsports. Not Turn 3, not them. Turn 3 Racing Network. Yeah, you guys do a fantastic job putting this show on for us every single week. It's such a delight to go back and watch. And we get you on Wednesdays next season, too. How cool is that? Admin team, Josh, Derek. I'm doing an awesome job leading the way. Awesome to see Alex and Cody come back and run a bunch of this season too. Rick, Mark, Sean McCarran up there doing an awesome job and RCing for us. Hope to see you behind the wheel as well. And Zach Fritsch and Jimmy Reynolds as well for their admin work. And how about that awesome pink car he ran tonight? But no, my team, like I said before, they've had me every step of the way here. I can't imagine running with a different group of guys ever. Like, I run with them Wednesdays, Saturdays, Sundays, whenever I can. It's it's a great group of friends. And then Superspeedway racing, you really need them. It's not like we're just sitting in team speak, talking about random things and how the weather is going and whatnot. Like, it is incredible teamwork and thinking about pit strategy and worrying about who's around who. And it's such an incredibly different discipline of racing, and I couldn't have picked a better group of guys to run with week in and week out. So thankful for that. And coming up this fall, Extra Life Marathon, streaming for 24 hours, a bunch of gaming stuff going on, raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Mine's going to Johns Hopkins of Baltimore. You could check that out at extra-life.org and search my name there to find my page. But I've been babbling here enough. I'll let you guys get back to the next guy.
That's important. We thank you for your work for the children and all that. That's awesome. Definitely will be checking in, and we'll make a donation to that as well. So congratulations on the third place finish here tonight in the championship, and we'll see you in season 9.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, there you go. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'll pass the mic off to you and let you finish it up here with our 4th place in the championship, the 23 of Sebastian Marin.
All right, I'll tell you guys what, we have caught up with our final finisher in the championship contention, and that is the driver of the 23, Sebastian Marin. And Sebastian, man, I'll tell you what, you have had an outstanding season, and you bring it home 4th in the championship here in your rookie year.
Yeah, not of what I expected. Kind of cost myself maybe a bit early on in the race, but it's still good that I made it to the round of 4 on my first year. So but I'll be coming stronger next season, and I want that championship. I felt like I made a simple mistake and it cost me there at the end, and I just had too much damage to really compete, and I didn't want to pit because of track position being so important. And I was kind of hoping either we went to the second overtime because I knew I had more fuel than the leaders, so I think I would have been good, or maybe we end up wrecking, so all of us would be on a clean car. So bit of a shame, I kind of dug myself in a hole, so a little bit disappointed with myself, but can't be too disappointed with the season that I've had. So yeah, I'll regroup and come back stronger next season.
Well, Sebastian, that 23 was out in front for a majority of the stages throughout this season. In fact, you had the most stage wins of any other driver. You made it into the championship for the only rookie to do so. And that 23 week in and week out really just proved, one, that you had some skill. Your previous leagues, wherever you came from, I heard a lot about you and that you were a driver to watch, and we watched you, and it only just proved that this league is a very competitive league because you were in the top contention, still only managed a 4th place finish.
Yeah, it was very competitive. I knew it was going to be tough to beat, specifically Rick, James. Those two really stand out, and Logan, who missed out. I think for me, those are like the big three in here. So I mean, I knew they were going to be tough to beat, especially being teammates. And fortunately, one of my teammates had a bit of bad luck. So just unfortunate things happened. Things didn't line up, but I mean, it was a great season. Couldn't ask any better, to how successful the season I've had. So yeah, I can't wait for next season. I'm pretty sure I'll be back, and hopefully we can, I'll change. I'd rather have a championship than have the most stage wins. So maybe next year things will be different and I can get the championship. I don't know, but we'll see. I can't wait for next season.
Man, I'll tell you what, don't give up. That 23 has every bit of potential to win each and every week, and eventually it'll come into a championship. And I say the same thing to the 63 of Logan Helton. He has the same opportunities to win as you do. He's been in a lot of similar situations, just a few more seasons. So Sebastian, don't give up. Keep coming back because, man, without you, without Logan, there's some outstanding driving going on between you two.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I've seen Logan come close before. Before I joined, I used to watch the races, so I know he's come close. So yeah, like you said, he's kind of like me. So yeah, hopefully next season maybe one of us can get it. So we'll see.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, final time this season. Any shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to say, now's the time.
Yeah, I'll give a big thank you to my team. I couldn't, been here without them. They've helped me a lot to secure a lot of those stage points to get some of my wins. So without them, I probably wouldn't be in the round of 4, or you never know. So I want to thank them. It's JD, Joe, Kevin, who of course couldn't make it. I want to thank you guys for this broadcast. It's always a lot of fun rewatching the races, seeing it from a different perspective, seeing what you guys think. Maybe, like the drivers in real life do, rewatch the footage, see what I could do better next time. And I want to thank OP for putting on this league. It was definitely a heck of a season, and I'll definitely be back next season. So I can't wait.
All right, that is Sebastian Marin, driver of the 23, your 4th place championship contending finisher here tonight. Thank you very much, Sebastian, for hanging out and giving us our final driver interview. So, Al, this season is done and over with. Rick Siebrands comes out on top in dramatic fashion. Jim Maier, 2nd. Peter deBorja, 3rd. Sebastian Marin, 4th. But did you know all of them finished in the top 10?
That they did, and that is a feat of their own. That is, like you said, the cream of the crop. It always rises, and there's a reason why they were the final 4. That's not throwing shade at any of these other drivers out there. A talented, star-studded field here on Monday nights, and there is a reason why they are here on Monday nights. They put on a show week in, week out. Whether you start in the 35th 5th or 40th position or on the pole, there is a chance that you can win. The drivers are all talented enough to do so. It's just a matter of having Lady Luck on your side. And well, KR, it has been a pleasure to be a part of season number 8.
That it has. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us through all 18 races this season. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope to see you for season number 9 as OP Racing Premier Series will pick up here in a few weeks for that 9th season. So until then, guys, have a good night. Y'all stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all once again.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.